Can you at least understand that the way that they are loving you now is the way that they would maybe feel loved? This is Mindset by Natalia and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the 5 love languages. You've probably heard about them before. We have physical touch, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and receiving gifts. All of these make up the big 5 love languages. People give love the way that they usually want to receive love. Normally, the things that we love to do for other people are the things we appreciate when people do back for us as well. But this is where it can get a little bit tricky, because just because you give out a form of love doesn't mean that the person receiving it really feels that kind of love. But we have to consider everyone loves differently, everyone is coming from their own perspectives, and this can be a beautiful thing. It can actually have us experience these different forms of love. We can receive different forms of love, and we can also give different forms of love. Love languages are developed by the things that we had in our childhood, or the things that we lacked in our childhood. So oftentimes, there was a really popular saying a while ago that was saying whatever your love language is now as an adult is what you were missing as a child. So maybe it was quality time. Maybe, yeah, your parents always gave you hugs and kisses. Maybe your sisters always did extra little chores and helped you out with acts of service. But for you, you really wanted that quality time. And that was the one thing that wasn't given to you. So then you grow up as an adult, and that's what you're searching for. You're searching for kind of like that missing love language that you didn't receive when you were a child. I've also heard kind of the opposite end. People that only grew up with one very specific love language carry it on in their adulthood because that was the one and only thing that they knew. I have an example of my partner. What he was saying is physical touch is his love language. And when he was a little kid, that was one of the only love languages that his parents showed him. It wasn't really about receiving gifts. It wasn't about words like affirming him with words of affirmation. It was all about like when something is going wrong, I can turn to my mom, I can hug her, and I feel safe and I feel loved. That was his form. So now, just like I said, it transitions into adulthood where for him, physical touch is very valuable and important. Let's start with physical touch. Physical touch, a lot of people get wrong. A lot of people think that when kissing or being intimate, any form of that, when that happens, it must be physical touch. That's my love language. That's what I really value. That's what I appreciate from my partner. But you always have to think, love languages, of course, help people in romantic relationships, but they are just as applicable to your friendships, to your families, to your coworkers, to any other relationship outside of it. It can be the exact same thing. So if you only ever want to receive physical touch from your partner, it actually might not be your love language. Someone that is truly actually does have physical touch as their love language would want to receive that from their friends, from their family, from anyone around them. It could be a hug, it could be holding hands, it could be a pat on the back, it could be that is literally what brings them comfort. So don't get those confused with thinking that your love language is a physical touch, when really it might just be you actually just crave intimacy from your partner. That's a completely different thing. Next, let's talk about quality time. Quality time is one of my love languages, and I would say it is the most important, the biggest, most prominent love language for me. Quality time is all about being in a moment and having it be all about you. Being in quality time means absolute focus is on you, on your conversation, on how you're interacting. That is the love language. And some people can get this wrong because they'll say, oh, well, last weekend we hung out and we watched movies and we did a whole movie marathon all day. How can you say that I don't love you or that you don't feel loved? We just spent all of this time together. But again, time is different than quality time. And what quality time is actually searching for is that intimate, deeper level of connection, the eye-to-eye contact, the I understand you, the I'm grasping you, I'm listening to you. That is what an actual person that craves quality time wants. It's not about spending time together. We can spend 100 hours and I can still not feel that full love because what I'm actually craving is quality time. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are when people tell you things, you really, really value that. When people appreciate you and are really grateful for you or compliment you, anything that someone says to you, you just really take it in and you just feel so seen and loved when you hear these things. When people say, I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. I am so lucky to be in your presence. I just love being around you. I'm so proud of you, all these things. And again, we don't want to get too confused with words of affirmation because sometimes words of affirmation can be you're actually just seeking external validation. And in this case, that's not what we're going for. External validation, just like a lot of these other love languages I've talked about, totally different thing. But people that actually do crave words of affirmation, they literally feel loved by the things that they hear. It's like every love language is kind of like a different sensation, one of the 5 senses. Think of it like that. So like whatever they hear, that is what really just makes them feel loved and super seen. Next, let's go with receiving gifts. Receiving gifts is my other love language. Receiving gifts and giving gifts are also 2 different things. And this can be a little bit different for different people because we all receive gifts in a different way. Some people love physical gifts. I want to hold it. I want to unwrap it. That is like a ritual for them. That is so exciting. It's like opening presents during a holiday, like the best feeling in the world. For some people, they prefer experiences as gifts. They prefer, I just got us these concert tickets of our favorite band. Things like that, that lights them up. Like I don't need to physically unwrap something, but I need to like receive something and at the same time, let's do it together. So if you can tell, it kind of makes funny sense that my love languages are both quality time and I was about to say physical touch, quality time and receiving gifts, because for me, I value gifts more so that are experiences. So if I receive a gift, we're gonna go see this movie together tonight, or I just got us concert tickets. Let's go back to that example. That makes me feel so loved because I'm receiving something. And at the same time, after receiving it, I'm also experiencing that through quality time with people. Acts of service, another love language where pretty much whenever someone does something for you, takes out the trash, does a chore, something like that, it fills your cup. That makes you feel loved and valued and seen. When someone helps you with something, when someone gives you a massage, of course that can be physical touch, but at the same time, they're giving you something. They're giving you like an experience. They're making you enjoy something for yourself. So these are the 5 love languages that we hear about. So the concept of the 5 love languages actually comes from a super popular book, but it's one of those things where you know the concept so well that you didn't even know that it had a book about it that literally started the entire term. I'll put it up on the screen. If you want to really learn more, like go ham, go like dive deep into what it is all about, I definitely suggest you read this book. My mom actually told me, so I read this maybe like a year or 2 ago. When I was reading it, my mom told me that like 15 years ago, one of her friends had given her that book. And she was like, this book will save your marriage. Like, this book saved my marriage. So many people talk about that. Again, when you learn what other people need in order to feel loved, it turns a switch inside your mind and it actually makes you give in a very selfless manner. People are going to love differently than you. They're going to show you love differently and they're going to want to receive love in a different way. And all of it is valid, but again, what actually makes us have better relationships with parents, with family, romantic partners, and friends is when we actually listen to what they want. What do these people actually want from you? These 5 love languages, you can have multiple. Like you heard, I would say that I have 2 pretty specific love languages. What I hear a lot of people say that don't really know about the concept yet, they're like, well, I like a little bit of all of the love languages. And it's of course you do. We all do. We're multifaceted beings. We like different things. We like to experience different things. From one person, I might want something different than from another person. The book talks about this, and I just thought it was such a genius point. Think about the fact that bilingual people exist, trilingual people exist, polyglots, people that speak more than 5 languages. all these people exist, but normally still do have like a base language, like a base or two. As you guys know, I grew up speaking English and Spanish. Spanish was my first language. Then I, started speaking English. But that's the thing, is like there was always these two. Then I learned French. Then I learned Portuguese. Like I added on. But it always kind of comes back to like a base. Normally people do have a base of what does truly make them feel seen and loved. Now ask yourself, how do you like to receive love? Think about these love languages. Think about the examples that I gave. What stuck out to you? What makes you feel really loved and cared for and seen, just blissfully and naturally? Every time that someone gives you a gift, you're just so excited. Every single time that you touch a friend, hold a hand, get a hug, and like get scratches on your back, whatever it might be, that makes you feel loved. So just determine what is it that makes you feel loved and then make it known. Tell your friends, tell your families. And then also you need to learn how people want to receive love, how individual people in your life feel loved. Everyone is going to have a different answer, but everyone is an individual. Everyone does carry certain reasons why things really mean a lot to them. It's like, how can I tap into these different love languages? For physical touch, I might give someone a massage. Like, love that. What an amazing experience to feel that touch. If it's all about quality time, take them out to do an experience with you, do an activity together, look at each other, be together, converse, have deep conversations. When it comes to words of affirmation, really being grateful for people, telling them that you see them, telling them that you appreciate them, that can hit so hard. Acts of service, think about maybe getting the lawn cleaned at your parents' house, something like that. I've always thought about doing that. Hire a service so that your parents don't have to work on their yard or cut the grass or do the gardening. Have someone else do it for them. That could be such a beautiful way of making them feel seen and loved. But again, everyone has a different love language. Ask people, what is your love language? If they don't know, give them these scenarios so that they can tell you. And I promise you, you will start loving them in ways that they appreciate so much. And you also need to tell people, what is it that you love? What is it that makes you feel seen? I know every single person watching this video has had a time where they receive a gift, they receive something from their partner or a parent or whatever, and they appreciate it, they love it, but it's just like, do you really see me though? Like, I see that you love this and you hope that I love this, but what would it mean if you truly just gave me something because you just know that it filled my heart? You just knew how to unlock that button that makes me feel extra love. Here's another big one. Can you hold compassion for people that love differently than you? If you learn that, for example, your dad loves to give physical touch as his love language. Maybe for me, for example, I love to receive quality time. Can I somehow hold compassion that my dad is showing me love when he tickles me, when he's playing around with me, when he's giving me big hugs? Like, can I take that and see it as that is his most genuine way of saying, I love you? And again, like, some people are gonna be right there and they're gonna meet us exactly where they tell them. But it doesn't mean you have to discount all the people that will love you in different ways. Sometimes one person will be amazing for filling up your physical touch cup. Another person will be amazing to give you words of affirmation. And all of these people add up to the all-around diverse person that you are. Just like what we were saying, that everyone needs a little bit of all the love languages. Can you at least understand that the way that they are loving you now is the way that they would maybe feel loved? So just think about that before you start judging people or criticizing why people aren't showing up in a certain way. People are showing up for you. It just happens to be in different kinds of ways. Come back to yourself. Come back to yourself, give yourself the kind of acts of love and service that the love languages that you really are called to. This is something I love, and I feel like more people need to do this. I don't really hear people talking about this. Whenever you write thank you letters to friends for a gift, for a party, whatever it might be, whenever you write thank you cards, write one for yourself too. again, I got to this one point in my life where I was like, anything that I do for other people, I have to be willing to do that for me. Because what I realized was my energy was being depleted because I was like, how am I giving to everyone? And yet I don't feel like I'm receiving anything back. It's because you aren't giving anything to yourself. You see yourself, you see how you hold the importance of other people. You see how you thank them. You use words of affirmation. You give them gifts. You send them thank you letters. But you're not doing that for yourself. So of course, in your mind, it's going to be, well, I need a little something. I need to feel that love for myself. If I'm giving that to everyone, why am I expecting that everyone else is going to give it to me? I'm the number one person that knows how I want to be loved and how I want to be seen. I deserve that appreciation. I need to say thank you to myself. No one else is going to say thank you to me for the things that I'm doing for myself. So I need to acknowledge them and be like, hey, I see that I did these things. And I think I'm freaking awesome for doing those things for myself. Thank you for showing up in the way that you do for me. That's what I like to tell myself. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in next week's. Bye!